Well,
So-
I've also got an Oasis fact, which I'll just jump in straight away with.
All right,
And
nice.
it's,
This is bouncing.
there's hardly a build-up. It's just, you mentioned Champagne's Supernova. It's my favorite song. And it refers to nuclear holocaust.
I mean, that sort of makes sense, right? Because it's the mushroom cloud, I suppose, looks like a champagne explosion, supernova being a star explosion. I don't remember the lyrics for the song, so I can't go through my head. Why couldn't you have chosen Wonderwall? Or what is a Wonderwall?
Well, I don't know what that song's about.
Like, it's obviously it's about a wall that can fly, hold up roofs in a single bound.
I didn't. Do you know what this Wonderwall's about? It's about like one thing. Because when you Wikipedia it, it just pops up with the one thing that it's about. About an imaginary friend.
Okay.
So maybe the Wonderwall is his friend.
I think it's named after a TV series or another band's album, or it's named after something from like the 80s.
Do you remember that conspiracy theory nonsense that was like, it's a cover version, here's the original? There was some old assy dude who was trying to sound like Frank Sinatra singing an upbeat, goes, maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all,
To be fair, they got caught quite a
you're
few
my
times.
Wonderwall.
They got caught a few times stealing kind of riffs
Oh, really?
and chords and things from other bands. In fact, one of the famous ones is Neil Innes, who famously played quite a lot with Monty Python and was in Eric Idle's parody band of the Beatles, the Ruttles. Neil Innes wrote, Neil Innes wrote a song called "Isn't It Sweet to Be an Idiot?" and famously, the tune from that got lifted by Oasis, and now Neil Innes is credited on one of their songs as being
a sampler.
being a songwriter, being one of the songwriters on one of their songs because of that. So they are known for pinching stuff. But none of this has got anything to do with Champagne Supernova, which I can't sing in my head. And there are people that are now throwing things at their computers because of this. But sure, why not? A nuclear holocaust. That makes sense. Let's go with it.
No, it was a lie. It was a lie.
More lies. I can't trust you, Ryan.
Well, it's vague, but I'm still going to get the points. Beats, okay? Mark that. Because, it's like, someday you will find me caught beneath the landslide. That's how it starts. In the champagne supernova in the sky. So it sounds like a nuclear holocaust, but they're still not sure. He still doesn't know exactly what it means. No, but what
take that point away from him, Beats.
No, here's why.
Okay,
it's got some sort of direction of meaning, which is like when they were growing up, there was scenes that they thought would take over the world, like punk, but then punk died, and then there was another scene like the Manchester scene, and then it died. Then there was another big band in the 70s, The Clash. They thought this was going to take over. So what it represented to their young adolescent minds was the next thing which is going to save them and be huge. But it faded. And it's going to be huge and faded. And then they got huge. And they thought, we're not going to misrepresent. We're just going to leave the world with some great songs. So that's what Champagne Supernova represents. That they just this blast... and then they're going to fade away, or blast and then they're gone. So they're not this movement that's going to save people. They're not the next big thing. They're just a band with great songs, and that's
that is clearly a Noel Gallagher song, because there's no way Liam Gallagher wrote that, right? Like Liam Gallagher to this day thinks he's the next big thing. Like he still thinks sue us, Liam, begging you, take every rand I have, all 12 of them.
It's also a beautiful way to kind of see the world. In my religious viewpoint, there's even this verse that goes something about just like a mist which forms and then it fades away. So you think your life, which is strangely religiously stoic. It's like just when you think your life means something, it kind of doesn't. Which is good for humility's sake, but one must never lose hope and, take the exit too early, Kurt. But it's like I like the humility of it, like the dude from 90s Music, Counting Crows, that dude. When I hope you didn't have a Counting Crows fact, but
I could if you want.
When Mr. Jones went huge, then he got a job as a barman.
Okay.